Why it's coming out now is we wanted to wait, to get through all of the legal proceedings, the criminal trial, and it's four parts, and it spans over 30 years of, pop culture, his life. So it took some time, to say the least, to put all of this together.
It's an important story, and you could just tell it with all the public material. Mm-hmm. You go further, you've gotten your hands on some extra new material people are going to see for the first time, including this video. Any journalist would want to know how you got it, but it is Sean Diddy Combs in the heat of this, right before the arrest for the trial we just discussed, in private moments, talking to his lawyer, cameras running.
He also underestimated that with every celebrity, you do have different claims and some are completely unfounded. But I think that some of these lawsuits, there's receipts. Mm-hmm. And there's footage and there's voice recordings. And I think that for a man, it's also very interesting, for the culture of hip hop, so many artists record themselves, and they probably, when they were, recording themselves in 2005, never saw the year 2025 and how accessible that media would be to actually make a case for things. And I think
about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
Business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why it's only business. It was really, away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. And now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. When I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, I spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there. Yeah. Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
They see it.
No, you see this. They won't act like that.
Jay-Z has been thrust back into headlines as a new lawsuit drags him closer to the growing legal storm surrounding Diddy. While 50 Cent continues to apply relentless pressure on anyone tied to the controversy, the situation is escalating rapidly, with Diddy's legal challenges multiplying and his team now attempting to push the case into long-term delays. Recent court filings suggest the number of people impacted could be far greater than initially believed, signaling that the saga is nowhere near its end. Adding serious weight to the case, Cassie has confirmed she will take the stand, a move that could significantly shift the direction of everything unfolding. With tensions at a boiling point, it's time to examine the high-profile figures connected to Diddy and how they're being drawn deeper into an unraveling situation.
When he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. This is women's style. Stop it. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on.
Wow,
Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Hang out. Yeah. He said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you could give me the hood. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the way. Certain things, they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet. He was like in the hallway.
All these years, you being the only one calling this out.
No, I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
You do this, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting.
50 Cent has emerged as one of the most relentless forces challenging Diddy, refusing to stay silent as he calls out every connection and decision he believes deserves scrutiny. Speaking on a recent podcast, 50 claimed that Meek Mill was spotted wearing coordinated outfits with Diddy at a private event. An invitation 50 says he personally turned down after sensing something wasn't right. He explained that Diddy had first suggested a shopping trip together, but 50 declined immediately, trusting his instincts and choosing distance over association. Meek, on the other hand, reportedly accepted the offer, viewing the connection as a strategic career move, unaware that it would later spark speculation and draw even more attention. As the pressure builds, 50 continues to position himself as a vocal critic determined to expose what he sees as uncomfortable truths hiding behind industry alliances.
20, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. You understand?
Right.
And we here together, and we're going to keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammy.
he had one.
Exactly.
He had
And
one.
he didn't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. Yeah, he got them shit. He's like drinking. His pictures with him. Thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because
from
he's
the
no
marriage.
longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce.
You can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see their kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much.
Jay-Z is not staying on the sidelines as his name continues to surface in the middle of this widening controversy, keeping him firmly in the public eye. For years, both he and Beyonce have been closely associated with Diddy, and according to 50 Cent and multiple industry voices, their connections reflect long-standing power dynamics embedded within hip-hop's inner circles. Some critics go further, suggesting that Jay-Z and Beyonce's alliance is driven more by calculated business interests than genuine personal loyalty. With all three figures operating in overlapping networks and backing similar ventures, it's hardly surprising that Jay-Z keeps getting pulled back into an unfolding situation that shows no signs of slowing down.
Who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names.
50 Cent remains fully committed to putting a spotlight on every influential name connected to Diddy, making it clear that calling out Meek Mill and Jay-Z is only the opening move. He continues to signal that his focus goes far beyond a few high-profile figures, hinting at a much wider network he believes deserves public attention. According to 50, what's been revealed so far barely scratches the surface, and he has no intention of slowing down as he digs deeper into the inner circle surrounding Diddy. This, he suggests, is the early stage of a far larger unraveling that's still waiting to come into view.
You better believe it. Shout at Def Jam, we the best. You know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay?
Right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean?
Looking back at the crowd surrounding Diddy in 2010, it's hard to ignore how fast many familiar faces suddenly stepped away, now acting like the connection barely existed despite one standing shoulder to shoulder with him. Names like Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and Usher were regularly seen in his orbit during that era, making the silence today even more noticeable. Years later, in May 2018, a serious incident at Trump's National Doral Golf Course in Miami added another unsettling chapter when a shooting involving Jonathan Oddie brought renewed scrutiny after he later claimed he had been manipulated and mistreated during his time linked to Diddy. As more pieces continue to surface, the history of who was close, who benefited, and who quietly disappeared is raising even more questions about that period and the influence surrounding it.
Is facing new accusations of human trafficking as he awaits his federal trial. In a civil case filed in Florida April 1st, Joseph Manzaro alleges, according to court documents obtained by E! News, that he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015, and named celebs such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses in the lawsuit. In his filing, Manzaro says the alleged events took place in April 2015. He states that he lost consciousness after feeling a, quote, greasy substance resembling Vaseline as he opened the front door to his home, after which he says he was transported to another residence, where an associate of Combs allegedly told him that the music mogul wanted him brought to a freak-off event. Manzaro alleges in the suit he was secretly transferred to the music producer's home through a concealed tunnel allegedly connected to Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan's Miami property. He alleges that upon regaining partial consciousness, he found himself inside a large party area upon information and belief that it was a birthday party for Combs' then 17-year-old son Christian Combs. There he was allegedly forced to appear in a penis mask. The lawsuit states, Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles Carter were seated in the room, and upon seeing Manzaro, Beyonce Knowles Carter asked, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is this half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me?" Manzaro alleges in the lawsuit that he was then forcibly paraded through multiple rooms filled with people who were jeering and taunting him.
High-profile individuals, including Jacob Arabo, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence or knowledge of the events surrounding the freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. Wow. And freak-off, of course, is something that we've heard many times before, both in Combs' criminal case and other civil cases, to describe these prolonged sexual episodes, usually with sex workers. But Manzaro is suing Sean Combs. He is suing a man named Eric Mejias. He is suing Brendan Paul, who's been described in another lawsuit as Sean Combs' drug mule, Emilio Estefan, who is married to pop superstar Gloria Estefan, and Adria English, who filed her own lawsuit against Sean Combs, claiming she too was a victim of sex trafficking. By the way, it's interesting he's not suing these other celebrities that I mentioned, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Gloria Estefan. possibly because he doesn't believe their alleged liability amounted to a civil claim, but seems to want to call them as witnesses at a trial, although I have to imagine they will do everything in their power to quash any subpoena should this case progress, and we'll talk a little bit more about what.
A newly filed civil lawsuit has expanded the controversy by naming Jay-Z, Beyonce, and LeBron James, alleging they were present at a Diddy-hosted gathering where a man claims he was seriously mistreated. The plaintiff, Joseph Manzaro, asserts that in 2015 he was placed in a vulnerable situation, moved without clear consent, and harmed as part of what he describes as a coordinated effort involving Diddy and others. These allegations are currently moving through the legal process and remain unproven, but their emergence has intensified scrutiny around the case. As inquiries continue and more information is reviewed, additional names could surface, fueling expectations that the facts will be fully examined and that accountability will follow wherever responsibility is ultimately determined.
Really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I say, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff, but you know that one it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
It's not only figures from hip-hop whose behavior around Diddy is now being questioned. Several high-profile Hollywood names have also been linked to his social circle, drawing renewed attention as the controversy grows. Long-standing rumors have connected celebrities like Will Smith and Jennifer Lopez to Diddy's exclusive events. Stories that circulated for years and were even referenced jokingly in late-night television conversations. At the time, those claims were brushed off and met with silence. But the tone has shifted as legal pressure mounts around anyone associated with Diddy. Will's recent decision to address the situation suggests a clear awareness that past connections, even social ones, can quickly resurface under scrutiny, especially when investigations expand and no link goes unquestioned.
Worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got shit in my past. I'm not.
Dude, everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like,
I took.
Not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better, for her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the fucking drug to perform, so she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? This is, yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, you said it's the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people.
So
just
for people to feel like you would have something, or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip hop culture could think that everybody in hip hop culture is with that.
Unlike many figures tied to that social circle, 50 Cent maintains that he has nothing to conceal and no troubling past connected to the situation, standing firm in his position. He argues that plenty of people in Hollywood were aware of what was happening at Diddy's gatherings, yet continue to show up regardless. By contrast, 50 says he made a deliberate choice to keep his distance, trusting his instincts and drawing a clear line from the start. He emphasizes that he refused any involvement that felt questionable, making it known that he wanted no association with that environment or the lifestyle surrounding it.
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? I know
He did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and Keefe D said he paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
It's a little, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily.
Another high-profile figure now being pulled into discussion is Leonardo DiCaprio, whose name has resurfaced as attention shifts to those seen within Diddy's wider social circle. While DiCaprio has long been a regular subject of tabloid headlines for his personal life, the current focus is on reports that he attended several of Diddy's widely talked about gatherings over the years. As scrutiny around these events intensifies, those appearances are prompting renewed curiosity and debate, adding yet another layer to a situation that continues to expand as more past connections are re-examined.
Series that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it, just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that I think that civil suit turned into a look. They looked at it like maybe it's a criminal situation, right? A little early, and it could have been the same lobbyists and the same people that use their connections to make that happen for Puff.
Is that kind of why you was going hard on him the last couple years? Is it because of the liquor situation? Because, to be honest, since the situation he's in now, it's kind of like you fell back on him. Was this all over the liquor, or you just said?
Well, most of that was motivation. That was competing,
right?
For with brands, and he was ahead of me.
Right.
Because he had been working on Ciroc and stuff like that. And then integrating it into our culture with Coco Loso and different things with different people connected to it. So, yeah, that's what that was. But when you look at He would do a lot of foul shit. Like behind the scenes, he would do some foul.
Tension is reportedly running high among several well-known figures as anticipation builds around 50 Cent's upcoming documentary, a project Diddy himself publicly acknowledged back in December 2023. Set to release in the coming months, the film is expected to go far beyond revisiting Diddy's past, instead examining the wider web of influential names connected to him over the years. According to 50, the documentary avoids surface-level chatter and focuses on how power, access, and influence allegedly operated behind closed doors, offering a deeper look at structures most people never see. That approach, he suggests, is exactly why so many in the industry are watching closely, aware that long-buried connections and decisions could soon be brought back into the spotlight.
That's what they f***ed up at. You can tell me Pup going away for a long time, bro, but do you not hear the of Meek Mill? Do you not hear all of the shake it off, take that of Will Smith? Can you not give me the oh God of TD Jakes? I just don't want to be in the room where niggas be actually doing this shit, man, because that's crazy for a real Crip to pull up and be like, yo, my nigga, like, check this out. Like, I really heard Carl Winslow in there. Like, yo, I was like, yo, getting slapped like that. Slap. Who was he begging this out like a next thing you know, he walk in there and it's actually my mother.
Is Diddy a dangerous man?
Nah, you missed the fact that was my mom. Like, that was Jaguar Wright getting it's Carl Winslow, you know.
I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place.
A growing number of well-known names, including Usher, Odell Beckham Jr., Terrence Howard, and Justin Bieber, continue to be mentioned as past associates of Diddy, and the list shows no sign of slowing down. Orlando Brown, despite his controversial reputation, has repeatedly claimed that he understands how the industry operates behind closed doors, often suggesting that public images don't always match private realities. Adding to the pressure, 50 Cent has implied that some individuals may have sacrificed their principles or public image in exchange for career advancement. Terrence Howard has echoed a similar idea in the past, describing success as sometimes coming at the cost of personal authenticity. Now, as attention intensifies, many of these figures appear uneasy, aware that decisions made years ago may finally be resurfacing under a much harsher spotlight.
How did that, of all questions,
when did he miss that train?
How did that go?
That train might have left the
That
station,
train took
but
off
you
from
were
the
right
station.
there.
Yeah,
You were right there to get on that.
That train took off from the station for sure.
You were close.
Yeah. I wasn't at that train station.
You left early? You left early?
No, that was down the street from me. I wasn't there. No.
Did you ever meet Diddy?
Yo, what the
Bro, yo, I forgot you
He's
actually
like, yo,
might have.
I've seen pictures with you.
Cassie has now been confirmed as a key government witness, a major turning point that significantly tightens the pressure on Diddy and shifts the momentum of the case. Reports suggest she had direct insight into how his operations function behind the scenes, placing her in a position to provide information that will be extremely difficult to challenge. As Gene Deal has emphasized, Cassie's earlier civil action helped trigger a much wider investigation, opening doors that had long remained closed. With the case now moving into a more serious phase, her testimony is expected to carry substantial weight, potentially becoming one of the most decisive elements in the legal process now taking shape.
A little bit more about what we know of Dr. Dawn Hughes. So it's in an exhibit that was filed in this case, and it's called Disclosure as to Expert Witness Dawn M. Hughes, PhD, ABPP. Dr. Hughes is a clinical psychologist and a board-certified forensic psychologist, and a leading expert on sexual abuse, interpersonal violence, victimization, and traumatic stress. The following includes the anticipated opinions the government expects Dr. Hughes will offer regarding sexual abuse and victim responses to sexual abuse, coercive control, coping strategies during and in relation to sexual abuse, delayed disclosure, and memory of sexual abuse. Quote, the government expects that Dr. Hughes will testify about coercive control as a tactic of victimization, i.e. the state to process of becoming a victim, and a strategy to gain dominance across a spectrum of relationships. Coercive control often includes a variety of physical, sexual, and/or emotional tactics that together function to control the victim. Allegations implicate dozens of unidentified witnesses and alleged co-conspirators around the world, and some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents are dead. Basically meaning, how can we defend against it? The defense is not even permitted to share the identities of the individuals described in the disclosure letter with Mr. Combs until April 18th, further hampering defense counsel's ability to investigate. Collectively, these new allegations require many months, if not years, to investigate, and if admitted, would require a series of mini-trials certain to double the length of a trial the government originally said would last 3 weeks. So this is an explosive allegation that on its face, I don't know if I necessarily disagree with. If they are bringing in evidence of uncharged conduct, wouldn't the defense have an opportunity to investigate it and challenge it? It seems like they're making a point.
50 Cent may be the only figure bold enough to rip the curtain all the way back, and his upcoming documentaries is already being positioned as a potential industry earthquake set to arrive soon. The project promises to challenge long-protected narratives and force uncomfortable conversations across entertainment's highest levels. This story is far from finished, and the ripple effects could be enormous as more details come into focus. What happens next may redefine how this entire saga is remembered. So stay locked in as the next chapter unfolds. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss a single update on what's shaping up to be one of the most talked about celebrity controversies of this generation.